bro, to keep it a stack, like to keep it all the way 100 with you, I think King Crimson can beat Made in Heaven. Greetings, my empire. Dre's here back with another video, and today we finna watch how does King Crimson work. You feel me? Now listen. So, this video I actually seen on my recommended on YouTube. Now, when I seen the video, I was like, I read the title, like, how does King Crimson work? And in my mind, I'm thinking, I know how King Crimson works. His power is, I don't know what the stand does. I don't know what bro, what does King Crimson do? Like I was thinking, bro, I was dead ass thinking about it for 10 minutes, bro. Trying to think, yo, what did King Crimson even do? I know the one power, I think it was called Epitaph, where he could see into the future and stuff like that. Okay, that's simple to understand. But his main power, like the main thing he was doing, what did he even do? Like I don't know, bro. And it got to me a little bit, bro. I'm like, hold on. Like, I know it's like it's like I know it's broken, but I don't know what it does. You know what I'm saying? It's like Shanks from One Piece. I know he's strong, but I don't know what he did. I'll say, except for like, y'all saying, come on. So we finna figure it out. I got this video right here. I hope it get explained to me so I can finally know, bro. This is an 11-minute video, so that explain the stand. Even it taking 11 minutes is crazy. Let's see, man. Let's see what it's talking about. Hit the like button, subscribe, join the empire. We in here.
She's up there. I'm on the beat.
I'm on beat. Okay, W intro.
For many of my past videos, I have gone over and answered commonly asked questions in JoJo. Possibly one of the most common questions among fans is how the stand King Crimson works.
Yeah.
Some people are simply...
I didn't even think to ask those questions. First of all, hold on. This looks nothing like Diablo, by the way, or Diavolo. This looks nothing like this nigga, bro. JoJo was really trolling us. Like, second, I wasn't even asking that question, bro. See, this video made me ask that question.
And understandably confused by the powers of the stand, while others take it one step further and claim that its powers are blatantly inconsistent, often citing this as one of Part 5's main flaws. In debunking Iraqi Forgot Part 5, I touched on King Crimson for a short time, giving a basic overview of the ability and how it is applied.
Bro, shout out to my
However, this did not seem to be enough. I went over it once again in my previous video, which was an in-depth look at the concept of fate in JoJo. However, some people are still confused even after that, so I have decided that I'll just have to be as blatant as possible for people to finally get it. In this video, I will first go over King Crimson's abilities in detail, and then I will summarize many of the times that it has been used, to hopefully finally dispel any remaining confusion. Understanding the concept of fate is absolutely integral to understanding King Crimson. I will be going over the properties of fate in this video, but if you want a far deeper look at the concept, my previous video on fate in JoJo will help.
Okay.
That video spoils Part 6 though, and this one doesn't. King Crimson is Diavolo's stand.
That's Stone Ocean. No, you could spoil. I mean, we just need a brief, you know what I'm saying?
Which he gained after using one of the stand arrows that he discovered in Egypt. King Crimson also possesses a sub-stand called Epitaph. Many people erroneously believe that Epitaph is the stand of his alter ego Doppio. This is not the case. Both King Crimson and Epitaph fully belong to Diavolo. King Crimson's first ability is to view...
Wait. those are two different stands. What? I didn't know that. I thought that was just all King Crimson. I thought that was a King Crimson ability, another ability of King Crimson. He's saying that's two different stands. Or am I tripping?
A forecast of the future using Epitaph. This is usually viewed as a projection hidden behind his bangs, but he has been shown to project it in front of others. Anything that is shown in this prediction is 100% fated to happen. I cannot stress this enough. Since the premonitions are determined by what is fated, Diavolo has no influence whatsoever over what will appear. However, his other ability still allows him to use this to his advantage. King Crimson's second ability is the power to skip up to 10 seconds of time. When a time skip occurs, everyone except Diavolo will continue to move along their predestined path, which was laid out by Epitaph. Victims have no control over what they will do during a skip, and when the skip has ended, they will not remember anything that happened during it. Diavolo behaves...
Oh, so it works in conjunction with basically it. He basically becomes immune to what's supposed to happen. You feel me? He can basically change fate for himself. Okay.
Behaves differently from others during a skip. During a skip, Diavolo is free to move wherever he pleases. This allows him to bypass anything that may have been fated to happen to him in Epitaph's prediction. During a skip, Diavolo cannot interact with anything, and is in a semi-ethereal state. If he touches anything during a skip, he'll simply phase through it, and the fated path of whatever he tried to touch will ignore him and remain exactly the same. The upside of this is that he is immune from any form of physical attack during a skip. The downside is that he cannot harm anyone until after a skip ends. Because of this, we often see Diavolo repositioning himself behind enemies, and launching an attack just before the skip ends.
Okay. I'm starting to get it. So it was kind of like hit from Dragon Ball Super, kind of. But like, well, a lot of extra steps. He's talking about an ethereal form that everything passes through him and stuff like that. I ain't gonna lie.
So that it will impact the enemy at the first possible second before they're even aware that a skip has happened. The most overlooked part of this ability is what happens to Diavolo's original fated actions. Just like all people and objects in the universe, Diavolo follows a fixed path of fate. So of course, if Diavolo were to view a prediction of the future, he would see what he would be doing in those next 10 seconds. That brings up the question of what happens during a skip. If Diavolo were to view a prediction in which he picks up and throws a rock, and then he skips time,
ain't that the future stone?
Diavolo can move freely, and since he can't interact, he could not possibly throw the rock. However, the path the rock takes of being lifted up and thrown was part of that fated prediction. Even though it was originally caused by Diavolo's actions which don't technically exist anymore, it would still occur, since the fate of the rock and everything else cannot be changed.
Okay.
This is one of the most dangerous aspects of Diavolo's ability.
It still has to happen. Even if the person who caused... Damn, Steve. For some of y'all who don't know about it, y'all think that's Giorno. That's not Giorno. Basically what he's saying is things that Diavolo causes still happens even if they don't happen anymore. Like if he crashes a car, right? Like say he turns left and crashes a car, then he changes that. Now nobody's on the wheel, right? Nobody's driving the car. So it shouldn't go. It should go straight. But since he turned left and it crashed, it's still going to turn left and crash. I know that was probably like a bad example, but listen, you get it.
Since if fate is on his side, he could get away with pretty much anything. Some people ask how it would be possible for the rock to move on its own. The explanation for this requires one to have an understanding of how fate operates in JoJo.
I kind of get it. Without him even explaining it, I'm kind of already getting it.
But the basic idea is that fate itself is actually a gravitational pull that moves people and things along a predestined path. Fate itself lifts the rock, because the rock's fate is to be lifted. Now that I've gone over the abilities of King Crimson, I'll go over the notable times that it is used in the story and apply this explanation to them. The reason for being this thorough is due to how I've seen some people still not understand even after hearing the explanation.
Yeah, I get it now, but I'm still let him explain, because in the fights, I could have swore he did more than what he said.
Here's something I've seen happen quite a few times. Let's say I explain the power of King Crimson, and use the scene of Trish in the elevator as an example. I explain that the action of Trish's arm being cut is fated. Even though this was an action originally performed by Diavolo, Trish's fate within a skip cannot possibly be changed, so her arm would still be cut. This is a sufficient explanation, and if you apply the same logic to other King Crimson scenes, then there should be no questions left. However, after hearing this explanation, I still see countless comments asking, but what about Narancia? Or, but what about the fortune teller? Or, but what about the objects in the hotel room? Despite these situations being the exact same thing as the Trish scene, just with the victim of the attack swapped out. So I have come to the conclusion that it is impossible to just give one example, and that it is now necessary to go over all of them. The first use of King Crimson was during the elevator scene. Trish's arm is severed, and she ends up down the elevator.
I remember that shit. Why out of everywhere?
Elevator shaft with Diavolo. Diavolo's original fated path would have been to enter the elevator, cut off Trish's hand, and carry her away. By skipping time, Diavolo no longer has to do any of these actions, and avoids having his face revealed to Trish or Bucciarati. Trish's fate of her arm being severed and her moving down the elevator shaft remains the same, since only the fate of Diavolo can be changed. The next notable scene is when Diavolo...
Okay. I fully get it now.
I fully get it. I ain't gonna lie. Hotel room.
I fully get it now.
Skips time to avoid being seen by the maid.
I fully get it now.
The original fated path would have been for Diavolo to pick up all of his stuff and go out the window. However, he still would have been seen by the maid. So by skipping time, the maid remembers none of what happened. Yeah. The original fated path of the objects moving out the window remains the same. Next is the fortune teller.
But
the original fated
ain't that's a little weird? His fate, but it would still change. Like if I seen Diavolo, right? Wouldn't it be fated of me seeing him and remember his face at that time? Like, even if he removes himself out, you know what I'm saying? He skips time and removes himself. It would still be fate of me seeing him. So I would still have his face in my memory, even though I probably didn't physically see him.
Path is for Diavolo to cut off the fortune teller's arm. He skips time, and the fortune teller's fate of his arm being removed remains the same. What I'm now hoping you see is that these are essentially just the same situation.
Nah, I get it. I get it, bro.
Just take the logic of King Crimson's ability from one and apply it to the other, and nothing changes. A part of the story that confuses many people is the fight between Doppio and Risotto. The main thing to note here is that Doppio did not have access to all of King Crimson's abilities.
Nah, he only had Epitaph.
He could only use Epitaph to view predictions and King Crimson's arms to attack Risotto. This is because Diavolo didn't want to fully reveal himself while he was too far away, since Risotto would just run after seeing the boss's face.
It's crazy how Epitaph alone, you would think that's his standalone. Can't believe he has. Those are two separate stands. I can't believe it.
Predictions of Epitaph are still fated to happen in these scenes. but Doppio still takes damage from many of them since he does not have access to time skips. At the end of the fight, Risotto positions himself under Diavolo so that Aerosmith's bullets will kill them both. To avoid this, Diavolo uses King Crimson to skip half a second of time. Since he cannot interact with objects during skipped time, Aerosmith's bullets phase through him. The skip ends, and the bullets continue their fated path of hitting Risotto. Just as an example, if Diavolo had done a full time skip during this scene, which included the moment when the bullets hit Risotto, Risotto would still be hit by the bullets. During the fight at the Colosseum, Narancia ends up being killed by King Crimson. This is probably the most often discussed scene in this argument. The originally fated path would have been for King Crimson to break the metal bars, lift Narancia up, and impale him.
Yeah.
By skipping time, all of these things will happen on their own, since they are still fated. The bars bend on their own.
That's so broken when you think of... Damn! If it wasn't for range... Dang. Bro, to keep it a stack... Like, to keep it all the way 100 with you, I think King Crimson can beat Made in Heaven. Keep it all the way being with you, like, just really, like thinking about his power. Hold on, man. Hold on, man. That's for a whole that's for a whole other discussion.
Up on his own, and Narancia is impaled without any interaction from King Crimson. Because of this, King Crimson remains hidden, so it is not revealed to anyone whose body he is inhabiting. King Crimson's final prediction is that he would have defeated Giorno, and that is what would have happened if it were not for Gold Experience Requiem. GER's ability transcends fate, overriding this before it could ever happen.
Yeah.
Hopefully with this video, I have finally managed to dispel the confusion surrounding King Crimson. My previous video was...
I appreciate you, gang. I appreciate you. I get it now. You feel me? I appreciate you, gang. He did John Jansen. He explained it very, very well. Now I fully get it. I fully get what he was doing. It's broken. It's broken. There's no other thing that could stop him but GER. The world too. The world too, probably. Because what even time is stopped. So he can't skip time if time is not moving. See, damn, this is why Joe Taro should have fought like went a little round with like Diavolo, man. He should have went a little round with him. You know what I'm saying? Just that fight would have just been cool to see. Y'all had. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, man. If y'all did, make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, join the Empire. Let me know in the comments what was your favorite part. You feel me? And yeah, that's pretty much it. Drews Empire, y'all. I'm gonna see you.
Gotta hold my ground. Smile left and I lost and found. I don't cheese, I'ma walk and frown. Hey, you up, can you hold me down? Spin it up, cause I know you round. Left on, what happens now? Been around, look what I got. Back wound and a face on clown. And it's cool. Got a pill for you if you choose to swing that move.